Hello everyone, good Friday afternoon or morning. I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning, so good morning. I did make a video earlier, but I'm not gonna post that one. This is what I'm doing right now. I gotta get this this paneling down here, the outside paneling. I gotta get this done in here. This one here, I'm going to cut for down at the bottom here. And then those long ones, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're cut up straight up and down. So I'm going to cut those vertical pieces. And then I'll just have to fill in this little one up in here. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to show you what we've done. This morning I got the outdoor shower and potty done. I got the roof put on. This all this is just temporary. So these pieces I already had cut off from the other side when we did the outside wall. So all I did was put the first one down, overlap the second one, overlap the third one. I'm probably gonna put some felt paper on here because I do not want these to get ruined. I can reuse these for something. Actually, I did reuse some of them. I reused 2 of them for this in here and for the potty and stuff. So underneath here is a bucket. So that's our compost toilet. Right here is going to be a shower. My next job after doing that window over there is I'm going to start tearing this stuff apart. This trailer. The only reason I'm really set on tearing this trailer apart is because this here, from here all the way down on both sides of the trailer, the only thing that's good is what you see on the outside, that white stuff. The plywood that's on the inside is totally rotted. And right there where that black tape is, that's where the pull comes up and attaches on the inside of that. Same as up there. The black tape's not up there, but there's really nothing holding the damn thing up anymore. I was really cautious about living inside here. It does have support struts that you put like a safety strut around the actual arm that goes up to help it stay up. But there was nothing inside there. I mean, there's the other side even worse because they actually put a piece of metal on the outside and put some bolts through it. And I don't really give a shit if I tear it apart and refix it or not. I'd rather have the trailer for a utility trailer because we're gonna have to get some stone. I'd rather just buy it myself. It'll be a little bit cheaper for now, I guess. I don't know, maybe not. I think it's $220 or $240 for a triaxle load of stone, which isn't bad. I just don't have that kind of money right now. So I'm just gonna get stone and put it where I need it right now. Like right here, we need stone down here, bad. Some of the stone that you see in here came from up there where people had an outdoor shower before, which is more stone there I could rake up and bring down here. But anyway, the top of this is gonna get some tar paper on it so it protects it from the rain. Which it looks like we might be getting some more rain. Anyway, tearing this apart. Top of that right there, that canvas, I am going to use inside the shower to help protect the walls, especially this one. But I do want to reuse that plywood. So, and this has got to get painted over here. So I'm gonna put the canvas. Actually, I'm gonna do the floor first. I'm gonna put the canvas on the floor first and come up the walls on each side. And then run the canvas down the walls and overlap that so the water can run down into the one on the floor and not get the, anything else wet. I do need to add a little piece of wood down here, come across, just so the water can't come this way out. And I might even take a piece of wood over here and over there, cut it at an angle so the water can come down and go, make sure it goes where it needs to go. But I was actually thinking, if I had any plywood, of making a board slope from here down to nothing here, both sides, have a board over here for the plywood to sit on, and then once that's all in place, it will actually flow from here to there. But to make it even better, put a couple of screws like down in here, put one in here somewhere and one in here to help draw that plywood down a little bit, so it has like a little bevel in it. That way the water can run down and go that way. I'm either going to put a drain right here or some kind of a drain on the outside. I'd rather do it in here, but all the drains I've seen that I have that go right in the floor aren't long enough, like threaded long enough for these 2x8s. They're 1.5 inches thick. I don't think the threads are that big. So I think what I might do is I might just use one of those and just get some spray foam and spray foam it in. That'll hold it in place. Like I said, it's only temporary anyway. So windows got to get done because the stuff I had on it, I just put up there so like no one could see in pretty much, and it had gaps in it. So that's got to get done. That's gonna have to get done before I can even do this. I'm gonna end up pushing this in a little bit, getting that canvas down so I can cut the damn shit off. I've already got most of the appliances out of that. The only thing that I have to take out yet is the power converter. And once I put the top down, I have to take off the inside first, but the inside of the air conditioning, that thing works good. So that's gonna get sold. Probably gonna sell that for like 200 bucks. We're keeping the water heater. That's gonna give us the hot water for in here. That's all we need. We don't need to take long showers. And that thing freaking makes hot water, let me tell you. I have it turned down on low and it is still hot. So either the thermostat's not working right, which I don't give a shit, as long as the cold water works. Keeping the hot water heater, the refrigerator's getting sold. The heater for the camper will get sold. Hopefully that everything gets sold. I'm gonna try and sell the shower and the potty that's inside, because it's like, it's considered one piece, but it's not one piece. The shower comes out by itself and the toilet comes out by itself, and the toilet has a cassette that you can push in. All your poop goes into like a little tank, and then that tank can be pulled out and taken to a site and dump your poop in a tank, whatever. So that's probably going to try and get sold. Somebody that's doing tiny something might end up wanting it. I don't know. But that's probably going to get sold for like, I don't know, like 30 bucks. It's kind of shitty. Anyway, gotta get the pipe off there. I was hoping that the pipe would be big enough for our driveway down there, because the ditch doesn't really get a lot of water in it. It doesn't really matter, but we still need something. I think I'm gonna just buy an 8-inch 10-foot piece. 10 foot should be plenty for the driveway. But yeah, this is what I've got done so far in the camper. That thing right there, I don't know if you can see. I can't see it because I got a glare in the. That right there is the heater. That thing works awesome. Refrigerator. I tore out the lights in here. The lights are all in there. Probably going to keep those for something. I don't know what. This is the sink that's going to go inside. I've got to go to the store and get another drain for this, because this thing just pops right off. There was a bolt right there that held this on. The top of the bolt's there, but it broke off because, all that does is sit in there with water all the time. Stupid Stupid idea. I don't know who brought that or who thought of that. And seeing having this piece here on, this was always making it get clogged up. So that's a very stupid design. So we're gonna keep all this dark stuff here, the tint. I might keep that for inside, just tack it up on the front windows, and put like a dowel rod at the bottom so we can roll it up during the day. Screen's all gonna get kept. All of it, everything that's in here is gonna get kept. Don't need the inside zipper part. I might keep the canvas for something, I don't know. Beds are gonna get kept. Don't know what for. Might end up trying to sell them. Everything's freaking like new. I mean, I can't sell the canvas and shit because I already took this piece out. Piece of screen. Canvas is like brand new. And the only way you're gonna sell this canvas to somebody is if they have the same trailer. Now it's a Rockwood. Don't know how long it is. It'd have to be the same thing. You can't get any kind. You can't get a smaller camper and put it on a smaller camper. I'd probably end up keeping the rods. Use those for some kind of welding project. I need that canvas at the top and this canvas over here. I might be able to use one of the sides for in there. I don't know. Anyway, the converter is right there. That's what I need to get out. I'm using that in the house. I got to tear this stuff all out yet. The piping, I'm gonna have to have some of that for the water heater to hook back up. That piece over there actually needs to come off. That's for the stove that was there. It's got a quick connect on it, so we're gonna sell that with all that. All this wiring comes out. I'm gonna try and keep as much of that as I can because that's all one piece from there over to here for the goes into that. At least for those two. I don't see any much. There's some here that was for the refrigerator. It's a short piece, but water pipe here is going to get used again. That's for the shower part. I'm going to try and reuse that, but not the shower itself. I'm not sure yet because I like the shower head because you can turn the water off at the shower head. So if you got your water set just right the way you want it, you can just shut the water off at the shower head, and when you turn it back on, it's still set the same. Like that. Can't use any of the outlets. Those aren't. I don't even know. I don't even think they're up to code anymore. All those do. You push the wire into like clips. So you actually have on those, at least for some reason, probably because they cut the wire to push it down in. They had exposed the wire inside. So yeah, I'm not even using. I was hoping to be able to use those, but can't use those. I'm going to try and use the plywood that's underneath the beds for the solar. What are you doing? There's nobody out here. Come on, get over here. There's all of our drinking water. It's the same water that we put in the totes up the hill. I don't know if you can see them up in there. You can see right there. Underneath those black tarps, there's two totes. The one on the right's not even filled, so I'm not worried about it covering it up. But the other one is all covered up with black tarp, so the sun can't get to it. We could use that for drinking water if we wanted to, but I'd rather put a filter on the line first. And I'm not worried about doing that until we actually get PEX pipe and run PEX piping underground. I don't even know if I can run it underground. So, like, if you can see, right there's a big ass rock. Right there's rocks. Looks like there's two rocks there, but I can guarantee you that's one big rock. You know, right up there's another rock. There's surface rocks. If you have surface rocks like that, you're not going to get down in the ground very far. So I'm not even worried about it. If it comes down to it in the winter time, if we have a freeze or anything, I might just get 100-foot. I'm still going to use PEX, but I might just get a what the heck they call that, put them on mobile homes, the heat tape, and put a heat tape on it. I can get some pipe insulation put on it. Or I could just bring the other tote down that we aren't using up there right now and make a stand down here. Try to get it up as high as we can, because it has to be higher than the shower. Try to do that. I don't want to do that, but actually it doesn't need to be higher than the shower, because we're putting a 12 volt pump on it. That is right there. I'm taking that out of here. That's 12 volts, so it'll work great with our system. It won't use up a lot of electricity. So that's going to be how we have pressurized water, and it's not a whole lot of pressure, but it's better pressure than what you don't have. I do have the sink faucet over there I can use. There's not really a whole lot in here that you can use. That is the vent for that. That goes back on there. There's the water heater. The thing actually looks pretty good, but it's only 13 by 13. I was hoping to put it underneath where the toilet seat is, but I tried moving the toilet seat over to make enough room for that to go underneath, and then I sat on the toilet seat and it's like, there's no way I can sit that close to the wall. So I'm gonna end up making something outside for that too, to sit inside. Yeah, this is the potty for in here. This has got to get taken out. That's getting taken out. She was saying about trying to reuse this. I don't know. Maybe I could use that. And then just run the canvas down over the sides of that. Just let it lay inside. Everything's going to be temporary for now. I'll have to measure that and see if I can use that. But this is the air conditioning unit. I don't think it's that hard to take apart. I think there's some screws here somewhere. Yeah, there's screws on the side here that have to come out. One here, one over there. And then this is probably, I don't know if this all might be connected to that up in there. I might be able to take that plastic off and then go up on top and like wiggle it on out. It probably goes in like sideways and then down in. I don't think there's much more in here that I'm going to be able to do anything with. There is a water tank in here. I could keep that water tank and hook it up into the system somehow, for fresh water. Maybe I'll use it inside for fresh water. I'll hook up my or buy another 12 volt pump for in there, and I can fill that up with fresh water. Use that, because we aren't really using that up the hill for anything other than showers, doing dishes. I don't know. I think I might use that for drinking water. I can just go get those things filled up. The only reason we aren't using the water from the totes is because the totes had Elmer's glue in it. I did clean out the one that we are using really good. I could probably just put a filter on it on the line somewhere, and it should be good to use. Like I said, most of the glue's out of it. The only glue that might be in it is at the very top, but I didn't see anything at the top. I peeled it all off. I mean, it's Elmer's glue. It doesn't stick to plastic very well. You just start peeling it and it comes right off. And then when we put water in it, the water softens it up so it comes off even easier. I think we got it all out of that one. The other one, I think the other one's pretty clean too. It's this one down here that we use to go get water all the time. It's got Elmer's glue at the bottom, and it's all like dissolving, getting soft. So no matter what those ones are up there, like this one here still has Elmer's glue in it, so it's not really drinkable water. That's why we just use it for showers and shit. But I need to, once I get this done, I'm going to use this to go get some stone so I can get stone put in here. And then I'll get a guy up the road here, down the road, out another road, to bring us stone for the driveway. So I think, sorry, the generator's running. That's going to get moved too. I want to get it moved to a different spot so it's away from the house. So this spot over here, this is going to be our driveway over here. It's a lot more gentle of a slope, and we are going to have it go right up through here. I'm thinking I would like it to come up on this side of this tree, that tree, come up through there, but we got a big stump there. I might just have it come up the driveway right around here on the other side of the tree. There's plenty of room over there, and just come up right up this way and connect it with the other one on the other side, so we can just come in one and go down the other. I think that's the plan. Now the other thing is once he brings stone up and we put stone in the driveway here, I'm gonna have him bring up I need to get these stumps out of here. That stump, there's a big rock there. I'm gonna try and get out. Hopefully I can get it out. I think there's some stumps right there. This all needs to get cleaned up in here. But I am going to probably rent a mini excavator and rip all this shit out of here, get all this topsoil off as much as I can, pile that topsoil up so we can use it, and then this is where our septic might go. And that has to be high enough or low enough here to get the tank in up there, but down here it needs to be 4 foot tall of dirt for the drain field. And he said we only need 6 feet for a drain field, so we can come right out of our tank. I'll probably come out like 2 feet, so there's dirt around the tank, and then start the drain field right away. So if we can put the tank up in there and start the drain field right about there, I can come out to about down here, and that's it. But I still have all that room. So what I'll end up doing is bringing it out, sloping it down. Has to have at least 4 foot of dirt, so they can go down 2 feet and do a perk test on it. Make sure it's gonna drain. And then once that happens, so stupid. You can dig up the drain field and dig up the spot for your tank. So pretty much all this area has to get covered with dirt. I'm gonna have it probably right up to about here. I'll probably end up putting some kind, or like 2 feet away, so there's a walkway here, but I'll end up putting like a landscape wall up here so the dirt stays that way or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll make my own concrete blocks like a foot wide, and that's 12 foot. I can make 6 foot blocks, make them right in the spot, drive some rebar down into the ground as far as I can. Might have to get a hammer drill and hammer drill the rock, but end up putting rod down through, and then it'll come up through the forms for the block that I make, and just make a wall out of concrete. And probably what I'll do is I'll take a piece of rebar and come out at an angle, have it go down in the ground so it has support so the dirt can't push it over. I think if I use like 1/2 inch rebar, 3/4 inch rebar, should be pretty damn stiff. But yeah, I think it's a better idea to put the septic on this side, and then I can build my at least 1 car garage over there. That'll be in the way future. It'll probably be like 1 step at a time. I'll get the boards, put the forms up. I'm gonna have that dug out too, put the stone down in, and then put the forms up, and then buy the concrete and have that delivered. I hate doing concrete work. With forms it's not hard, because you all you need is a board to go to scrape it off, get it level, and then you can go in and I'll probably end up renting a power trowel. I need a bull float to float it, and then once it starts drying, you can use the power trowel to get it soft and smooth. That'll be one thing. You know, step one. Step one is actually putting the gravel down, but everything costs money, so living on a limited supply of money. We are a low-income family, so fixed income actually. So that's what I wanted to say. We're living on a fixed income. It's one step at a time. The only way we were able to afford our place here now is because we sold our mobile home in Pennsylvania, and that's what got us down here, and what made us able to buy the lumber for this. I think we didn't go and like splurge on shit and buy stupid shit that we didn't need. I bought some tools at some yard sales before it came down. I bought that saw and the table saw sitting next to it at a yard sale. Well, the guy had posted that he had a crimping tool for PEX pipe, so I like jumped on that because he only wanted like $20 for it, I think. And when I got there, it wasn't just a PEX pipe crimping tool. It was that. He had a set of cutters for the PEX pipe and a whole bunch of other stuff like the fittings and stuff for PEX pipe. I didn't see any of the rings for it, but I mean, a bag of those aren't that much. Like the drain that I'm going to use for the shower, that was in there. There's like 3 of those. There was one for a bathroom sink. Yeah, there was a few more things in the bucket, but it was a bucket full of stuff. I was like, hell yeah, for $20. And then I said, what else? I said, what are you trying to do? Have a yard sale? He says they're getting ready to move into a retirement home. I'm trying to sell everything. So I said, what else you got? He says, well, I got a chop saw and a table saw for sale. I think I got both of those for $50 each. Not each. $50 for both of them. And the only reason I got the table saw, I did have a table saw, but the table saw that I had, even this one here, the base of it they're all plastic, and mine was all busted up. I was gonna try and put some wood around it and screw it fast to it and stuff, but he had this one, and mine doesn't have the legs to it, the table for it that sits on it, and this one collapses and you can pull it everywhere. So I was sold on that. And the chop saw I was sold on because it's a 10-inch, bigger than the one I had, and you know, it's a slider, so you can cut a little bit more with it. And I can't wait to get some stuff done around here so I can get this shit taken and put away. I put stuff over this every night. Last night it rained. I had that plastic lid on top of that so it didn't get ruined. And I had a piece of plywood over top of that. But I'm not putting shit away every day and getting it back out. I'd rather just leave it sit out here, cover it up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It gives you guys an idea. Like I just mowed this. I wanted to get it mowed down and keep it mowed down because, I mean, you can see. Look how thick it's getting already. I don't want to get rid of a lot of stuff in here, a lot of trees. A lot of this isn't bushes, it's trees that are trying to grow. There's a maple tree right here that's like, that thing's like getting as tall as me or taller than me. I want to try and dig that out and put it out here in the front. There's not a whole lot of maple trees around here, and maple trees grow pretty damn fast. So, and they're good shade trees, so I want to try and get. There's a whole bunch of them actually. Actually, I might not be able to get them out of there because that's a stump right there, and they're probably growing out of the stump. So I don't know. Unless I can get the stump out, I don't want to take. Looks like 8 freaking starter trees there. I don't want to take the whole bunch and replant everything right in the same place. but I'll see what I can do with that. I got a tree right here that needs to come down. Probably gonna have to buy some rope. I don't have rope heavy enough for that. It's leaning this way, so I want to tie a rope on it and make sure it goes the other way. I might have the neighbor guy come down. He's got some rope and tie some rope onto it and take it that way, put it around a tree and come back down this way with it and pull on it. It'll pull it that way. But that's got to come down. There's a tree right here. I'm not sure what it is. I'm gonna have to use my phone and see what kind of tree it is. That's gonna come down for some firewood. These trees here are perfect for firewood. I don't even know what the hell they are, but I know they're not softwood. I don't know what they are. Chestnut, maybe? I don't know. Ash? It might be ash. I don't know. I don't know anything about trees. I know walnut trees. I know what they look like. I know pine trees. I know what they look like. Maple trees, I know what they look like just because of the way the maple leaves are. You should be able to identify trees now with the leaves on them, but I know, I think I know what ash tree looks like. Like this stuff here, I don't know what the heck this is. It looks like a bush grown, but I don't think it is. I think it's trees trying to grow. There's some more right there. Looks like there's something different there trying to grow. If I take a picture of the leaves, I could probably find out. I think that one right up in here, that might be an ash tree. The way those leaves are, I can't tell. Actually, that's the same thing as these ones. They look like a heart shape. Anybody know what a heart-shaped leaf tree is? Comment, let me know. I got a dead cedar here. They probably cut down and didn't get it down all the way, so now I gotta try and cut that up. If anyone knows if it's okay to burn cedar in a fireplace inside, it is a pine tree, considered a pine, but I don't know if they're as sappy as a pine. If you know you can burn it in a fireplace without a bunch of creosote, let me know, because I've got plenty of those trees. There's another one laying, actually I think there's two of them laying right here. This one, big one right here, is a pine tree. I just need to cut that up for firewood for down here. The neighbor wants to build a place out of logs, and he said he's going to do it out of pine. I've got 3 big ones right here. Told him, you come up, cut them down, you can have them. I'll even try to load them up on my trailer and take them down for him. There's another one over there that needs to come down. I want all these big pine trees down. The first thing that come down in a windstorm. There's one right here you can have. Now our property, if you look right there at the driveway, right there's a stake. Our start right there, and it goes straight up through, which I have no idea where the markers are on this side. I'd like to find another marker on this side so I can I want to try and have her stand down here somewhere so I can get a visual and try to cut a path all the way up through and mark the trees or put markers down on the ground so I know where my property is, because I don't want to be on any other buddy's property, and I don't want to cut any trees down that's on somebody else's property. And I'm really not going to cut anything down, any kind of trees down. I mean, right here, right on the edge of the property, there's some nice hardwood trees. Up in here, there's not a whole lot. Whatever is growing up there that's hardwood is going to get cleared out around it so it can grow. A lot of the little cedar trees are going to get cut down. Use those for stakes. And cedar's really good for putting in the ground because they don't rot. It takes a long time for them to rot out. So those are going to get used for stakes. We're going to get chickens. We're going to get some ducks. We're going to get some goats. Eventually get a pig or 2, because I want to butcher a pig. and then I can barter with the meat and stuff. So if I need anything or want anything, hell, I'll butcher a whole pig and give somebody a whole pig if they give me a four-wheeler. That's the way the bartering works. I need a four-wheeler up here because I'd like to get up to the top of our property here. It's only 3 acres, but it's a narrow 3 acres, and it goes way up in here. So I want to. I can walk it. It's getting kind of thick, but like if I had a four-wheeler, I want to do a path all the way up along the border, all the way up to the top and across the top there, and then come back down the other side. And then that way there, not only will I have a four-wheeler path I can use, I know where the border line is. So Daisy's trying to sit on the cool ground. It's not too hot out today, it's just really humid. Well, I got a phone call coming in, so please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on our next one.